Hey man, this is Renbob the Hippy with another very important public service announcement, man. For the last few weeks, I've been using my metal detector here in Hermitville to find some loose chains that some people may have dropped because I kind of need some gas for my van and the sandal sales are kind of dried up over there at the Hermit Hippy Collector. And I was incredibly shocked to discover, man, that this giant horrific plant beast over here is a horrible mutation of nature, man. And so I took it upon myself to spend all of my diamonds on a hazmat suit, man. And for the past few days, I've been excavating underneath this abomination of nature, man, only to discover a leaking reactor core that is causing some serious environmental damage to Hermitville, man. And even though this hazmat suit was really expensive, man, this reactor is leaking some pretty nasty sludge, man. And this sludge is starting to get all over the place and causes serious environmental damage, man. So I've taken it upon myself to rig this reactor to the back of the van, man. And I'm gonna get it out of here as fast as possible, man, before any more environmental damage occurs. I only hope that the damage already done can be repaired over here, man. So let's fire up the van and use the last of our gas to get this thing out. Oh, jumping Jiminy, what's going on, man? The van is shaking. There's some sort of crazy sounds coming from that reactor. I think this might be the end of Renbob. Tell my mama I love her, man. Oh my goodness, man, I've never been this high up in my entire life before, man. Seems like the radiation of that reactor has transformed the van into some sort of flying machine, man. This is actually really sweet. Maybe put on some radio, maybe listen to some tunes and whatnot. And yeah, I still gotta get rid of the reactor, obviously, man, but maybe we can fly around and maybe find some people that got some new things or something, man. 'Cause we need a bit of gas for this reactor. It's kind of crazy up here, man, but no more sludge. No more sludge. No more sludge.
Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the interwebs. This is ReNDoG coming at you in another Minecraft episode from the HermitCraft server. We're kicking things off today, my friends, from the madness that is Hermitville. And it looks like our favorite hippie Renbob has been up to some shenanigans of his own. I just arrived in Hermitville a couple of minutes ago, came over to the hippie van to have a nap, and all that's left of the van is this massive cloud plume over here that seems to spiral up into the sky, and a couple of tread marks left in the ground with a huge crater behind them. What the heck is going on here, dudes? Extreme danger! Radioactive biohazard ahead! Oh my goodness, guys, it looks like that crazy hippie went ahead and excavated the radioactive power core that caused the growth of Sahara, this massive plant beast over here. And if my theory is correct, I think Renbob tried to strap that nuclear reactor onto his van, and something kind of went a little bit wrong. It looks like the reactor might have caused his van to go into hyperspeed mode. And it seems to have taken off in a plume of Vex magic smoke. And there it is, the hippie van high above Hermitville right now. Hang on, we might have the highest building in Hermitville right now, guys, because as you know, some of the other hermits on the server have been having a massive build battle out here. And it looks like Renbob might have secured us first place in a battle that we're not even a part of. Nice! So in case some of you have been living under a rock for the last few weeks, let me break down exactly what's been going on out here in Hermitville. It all started on Sahara Street with Grian, Mumbo and Iskal engaging in a build battle, trying to build the tallest building in Hermitville. For the next few days, the architect lads tried desperately to outbuild each other, going higher and higher into the sky, when suddenly a rocket appeared from the west, and Good Times with Scar came crashing into the competition with this rocket that crashed into my wall. Nonetheless, Good Times with Scar buried his damaged nuclear reactor deep underground beneath Hermitville, and I guess the Vex magic within the core of that reactor caused a serious environmental mutation and the sudden growth of what has got to be one of the most disgusting and terrifying plant beasts the world has ever seen. Sahara, the plot monster, was now the tallest building in Hermitville and started spitting its corrosive juices all over the houses of the architect boys. Freaking disgusting, man. This resulted in some high-energy weapon retorts, and both of Sahara's eyeballs were swiftly removed from its hideous face. However, it seems the nuclear reactor core was able to regenerate Sahara, who came back even stronger as a wizard, capable of deflecting any of those weapon blasts coming at its eyeballs. In the meantime, Iskal built an amazing aquarium fish tank thing with a balloon inside it. Mumbo's rocket got pulled down to the ground by a massive magnet, and Grian continued to build one of the most awesome houses upwards into the sky that the server has ever seen, I think. And that's basically where we are now. Well, I'm definitely starting to feel a bit of vertigo up here in the Hippy van, guys. We are at Y216, and I believe the highest point right now in Hermitville is the top of Sahara's wizard hat over there. We need to do a final check whether or not we are now number one highest build by mistake because of Hippy. Although it does look like Renbob is pretty happy up here. He's got his Hippy van set up. Everything's looking real good. It also looks like that Vex magic might have sprouted some wings out of the Hippy van, which is super awesome. And as the moon rises over here, we can once again see that spiraling plume coming all the way down from the tire tracks down there. Oh man, that looks so freaking awesome. Okay, let's figure out, are we highest in Hermitville? Alright, 219 on the Y for the top of Sahara's hat, and my dudes, I have a feeling that Renbob's aerial might just be a little bit higher than that. My goodness, does this place look amazing at night, am I right? Okay, let's see if we can get to the top of that aerial, and perhaps, even though we're not in the build battle, we might be number one just for a single day. And you know what, my friends? That is good enough for me, baby. All right, here we go. 219 is the number to beat. 221. Well done, Renbob. You actually achieved something in your life, even if it's just for a few moments. Yeah, you're awesome. What was that? Did you guys see that? Wait a minute. This is not right. There is something very wrong with this picture, guys. Grian is floating like some sort of demon beast. What is going on here? No. Okay. Am I dreaming? Am I alive? Hello? Is this real life? Burn it with fire. What the heck just happened? What just happened? It just got freaking Grian bombed. I think Grian needs to see a doctor, guys. There's something seriously wrong with his floaty bits, I think. I was falling, and you know what got me back up? Shopping at Sahara. That is some pretty genius marketing, I'm not gonna lie, Grian. I might have to go do some shopping at Sahara after seeing the floating demon man that was the Grian beast. Oh man, it has been one heck of a week for me on the HermitCraft server, guys. In between finishing that mega prank in Hermitville and having an amazing adventure on the live stream day this past weekend. By the way, thank you for everybody who came to join Tomato Yoshi on his adventure for enlightenment. There's the stream flag if you're wondering what that's all about. But in between all of that, my dudes, as you can see, I have finished construction of the ReNDoG Dojo here in our mega base of the Fantasy District. And I gotta say, guys, I am so very pleased with how the dojo has turned out. It's actually way better than what I initially envisioned on my creative world. And I want to take you guys through a couple of those features a little bit later on in this episode. But before we get to that, guys, I have got a little bit of shopping to do at Sahara. Yes, the marketing worked. Also, I'm shopping at Sahara for free today because I helped Grian out with a little bit of marketing. Check this out.
What on earth are you doing?
Hey G, I'm training in my dojo.
Training. Okay. Well, what I need your help with that I discussed earlier is
Uh-huh.
I want to make an advert for Sahara because, we need more customers. We haven't actually had that many, but I'm thinking a good marketing campaign and it will all go through the roof. So, but I can't actually make it by myself, so I actually need an actor. And I mean, your sunglasses and suspenders tells me everything I need to know about your acting skills.
Yep. A-class actor right here.
So I'm thinking, if you help me make this commercial or this advert, then I can pay you at the end and then hopefully get some sales at Sahara. What do you think?
That sounds like a plan. I'm gonna make some diamonds. Yeah, let's do this, baby.
Sweet. So I got a script right here for you. So
okay.
They're your lines,
Right.
and that's your bread and butter. You know what to do.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah. Can I get a moment to rehearse really quickly? That's okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, it just says script on the piece of paper.
Yep, as I said, guys, it's been a busy week for me here on the server. Grian asked me to be an actor in his first Sahara advert, and it was a lot of fun putting that together. Although I didn't really get paid the way that I thought I was going to get paid. I was hoping to get some blue rocks, but instead I got a coupon for one sale at Sahara. Which isn't exactly shiny, but you know what, my dudes, I will take it, and I know that Sahara sells one very expensive thing, which I've already bought quite a few of, but I do need more. So, beacon, worth 10 diamonds. Is that what acting on the HermitCraft server goes for these days? 10 freaking diamonds. Oh well, my dudes, I'll take it. One beacon in the belly. Thanks, Grian, and good luck with your marketing campaigns, my dude. Oh, and before I forget, a ton of you guys out there have been telling me that I have made some juicy profits here at Big Rocks Incorporated. This is one of our other businesses on the HermitCraft server, and to be honest, it's been a little bit of a slow business, but you see, I have a suspicion that some of the hermits are starting to run out of rocks. When I first set up the shop, everybody had all the rocks they could ever need, but now that the season is progressing, I have a feeling we're gonna make some sales. Oh my goodness, look at this! This is insane. We completely sold out of smooth stone, and in a blink of an eye have made a stack and a smidge of diamonds out of big rocks. This is absolutely incredible, although it doesn't look like we have sold any of the others. But you know what, my dudes? That is some juicy profits for the week. Big Rocks Incorporated delivering them bling blangs, baby. I gotta say, guys, flying into our base area from this angle really gives me the Minecraft shivers, man. Our base is coming along so very nicely right now, and I think back to just a few months ago when there was absolutely nothing here. I'm quite amazed by how beautiful our base area is starting to look. Starting with our portal, the dragonstone, dragon tower, the massive dragon skeleton, and of course, the completed ReNDoG Dojo over here. Very pleased that we are now at a point where we can start working on the next major build here in Dragon City. That's gonna go all the way over here where there used to be a nether wart farm. But before we talk about any of this, I want to show you some of the really cool stuff that I have put into the ReNDoG Dojo, because it's freaking sweet, man. I love this place so much. Now, last episode, I promised I'd take you guys through the redstone of the ReNDoG Dojo, because of course, even though this place looks magnificent, it is also a sugarcane farm. We have got 12 piston-powered sugarcane farms around the dojo, and this is where all the magic happens down here. From a redstone perspective, this is probably one of the most awesome bits of redstone that I have ever done, and man, I am so pleased with how this has turned out, mostly because I learned a lot of new things about redstone thanks to Iskal85. Firstly, let's talk about these powered rails over here. The best way to describe what is going on here is that these powered rails are actually cables. They're pretty much redstone wires, but they don't lag as much as redstone dust does. One of the problems with long cables of redstone dust in Minecraft is that every time that cable gets a pulse through it, each of the redstone dust blocks does a light update, and if you have a ton of this stuff all over the place, it does start to present lag into your world. That's where the powered rail comes in. You see, the powered rail acts exactly like a cable of redstone dust, except it doesn't do the light updates that the dust does. As you can see, we have a bit of an observer observer chain over here, which is looking at the piston in that sugar dragon. And we have exactly the same thing for all 12 of the sugar dragons. So whenever the piston gets triggered by the observer and a bit of sugarcane gets harvested, a redstone pulse hits this powered rail, which then triggers this observer block, which then triggers this bit of powered rail, and we transfer the redstone signal from the observer chain via the powered rails and the observer blocks all the way into this single block over here. Now this single block is powered by a redstone pulse from either one of these quadrants, and that lifts this observer block in front of this repeater, which then sends a bit of redstone signal into this block and sends the minecart on its way to go and collect all of that juicy sugarcane. I've also installed a nifty little bell over here that rings every single time a bit of sugarcane gets broken by a piston, and I've done that very simply here with a repeater chain that goes into this dispenser. And of course this dispenser is full of arrows being fed by this chest. And every time a sugarcane gets broken, a redstone signal hits this block via all of these chains, and a pulse will go into the dispenser, thus donging the bell. We'll talk about why we're bell donging in a moment, guys, but I just wanted to quickly mention that the reason I've done it this way is because I wanted to maintain perfect symmetry here in the dojo. This build is all about peace, harmony, symmetry, and enlightenment, even in the basement and even when we are working with redstone. The result is we now have 4 quadrants here in the dojo basement, and each of those quadrants looks after 3 sugar dragons each, making sure that the pulse from the sugar dragons arrives at that block over there that sends our minecart to collect the sugarcane and, of course, to dong the bell. Man, perfect timing. And for those of you wondering, this is how many times the bell has donged. Alright, technical jazz out the way, my friends. Let's get down to a bit of a builder's review of our dojo, and I want to take you guys through some of the really cool features that I have put into this build. We're going to enter from this position, full immersion mode engaged. A student's first test of enlightenment is to cross over the stone slabs inside of the water feature, and that will take you up to the fighting pad itself. But this water feature is one of the most important things, I think, inside of this dojo, and it has now been enhanced a little bit by this bit of running water. We now have a running water source in all 4 corners of the dojo, and this was inspired by a ton of you guys in the comments who said that our dojo needed some better sounds in it. We needed some relaxing noises. Nothing is more relaxing than flowing water in Minecraft, if you ask me. But as you can see, all of the 8 entrances are perfectly symmetrical here. You can come in from any angle around the dojo, and symmetry is one of the most important things for me about this build. You know, what we're trying to promote here is symmetry of the mind, symmetry of the soul, aligning one's heart and mind. Man, I wish I could think as fast as Tomato Yoshi when it comes to these sort of enlightening things. But of course, one of the challenges with symmetry is making a build look really boring, and that's where these little features here come into play. All around the dojo, you can see these beautiful bamboo shoots growing up into the roof of the outer courtyard wall thing of the dojo, and I just absolutely love the way that bamboo looks in this game. I love the little leaves at the top, and that adds a little bit of randomness into the build, as does a little bit of grass effect here. Every second entrance, not every entrance is the same. In fact, they rotate between a bamboo entrance and a more sort of natural type entrance. So each time you come to the dojo, you need to enter from a different angle to get a different experience. Now, some of the other nifty things I've added into the build are these lovely lantern designs on our roof, and I think that really adds to that dragon theme that we're working on over here. I almost see this as a sort of miniature type dragon. I also tried to build some sort of oriental lamp into the structures, and that's where I've gone for this lamp design here. A lantern hanging below a fence, and then we have some trapdoor action above, just to give that sort of floating lantern feel, I suppose. Of course, there's a ton of little details in the build too, including a bunch of block variation over here, trying to make the dojo look like it's been here for a long time, right? All of these stones have been wearing out, and they're covered in algae and whatnot, and the water feature's got some seagrass in it, some pickles, even a little bit of coral here and there. You know, one of the interesting concepts I had about this build too is that nature itself is very symmetrical, but it is also completely random at times, as is the spawning of these zombies inside of the dojo. Get out of here, idiots. I'm trying to make a video. And ironically enough, that bit of zombie spawnage in the dojo is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Even though nature can be very symmetrical, it is also very chaotic because of random events that occur within the nature of, nature. And that is why the bell is donging here in the ReNDoG dojo. We have got 12 sugarcane farms in the dojo that are all functioning at a different speed. And that means that the bell gets donged at a completely random time every single time. And that donging is what I have put into the dojo to sort of cut through the symmetry and mimic the chaos of nature, thus getting us one step closer to enlightenment. But yeah, gotta be honest, guys, I am ridiculously happy with how this dojo has turned out. I want to go so far as to say this is one of my favorite things that I've ever made in HermitCraft, and mostly because I think it has an excellent atmosphere and vibe when you are inside it, and it's very difficult to achieve that in Minecraft. So good job, Ren. Pat on your own back there, my dude. Very nice build indeed. And I've saved the best news for last in today's episode. Yo, if you're still here, how about a hashtag woof in the chat? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, welcome back to my creative test world and to what is going to become a brand new business for us here on the HermitCraft server. We've been working on the dojo, we've been working on Dragon City, but up until now, I haven't really had an idea of what my mega base is going to do. And my friends, everything that can be sold is pretty much sold on the HermitCraft server right now, except for fireworks. And I don't mean fireworks that we use to fly around the HermitCraft server, because we can buy those from all over the place. I'm talking about real fireworks that look a little something like this. Man, you know, fireworks in Minecraft, I think, are one of the most underutilized features in the game. And I gotta be honest, as a Minecraft player for so many years now, I have never really used fireworks up until this week when I started experimenting a little bit with them. And I reckon, my dudes, we are going to become the primary fireworks dealer on the HermitCraft server, and we can make some bling blanks. Now, the best thing about fireworks, guys, is that the majority of their ingredients can actually be farmed. And I figured that out on stream a couple of days ago. Take a look at this, right? We're already producing paper, super easy, from the sugar dragons in the dojo. Next up, we're going to start producing gunpowder with some creeper farms. We can also make a cocoa bean farm very, very easily. We can make a chicken farm with a lava blade very, very easily. And of course, some of the things we'll have to collect ourselves, like glowstone dust, gold nuggets, and diamonds, etc. But guys, of course, one of the most interesting things about the place that we currently live on the HermitCraft server, it's a flower biome, and that means we can create an absolutely epic dye farm to get every single type of dye for every single type of firework that we could ever imagine. And that means we can become the primary firework dealer of the server, and we're gonna get rich, baby. We're gonna fill the skies with beautiful explosions of epicosity, and probably no one's gonna buy any fireworks at all, because, I mean, who uses fireworks in Minecraft? But it's gonna be super fun, am I right? And that brings us rather nicely back to Dragon City and the foundations of our next major project here in the Fantasy District, guys. This giant square over here, this is going to become our fireworks factory. And all of the different bits and pieces that our base is going to create is eventually going to be ending up in that factory, automatically delivered, of course, by some very, very clever ideas that I have for the base. We're also going to be building 3 brand new structures in this position over here, guys. And the idea is that these are going to be apartments inside of Dragon City. Apartments that are going to be creating creepers. So, you know, creeper apartments, which is kind of mildly terrifying, but, you know, we do need the creeper bits for our firework factory over there. That leaves us a ton of space throughout this area to build everything else that we need. Maybe a flower farm somewhere over here, a cocoa bean farm, all of that sweet, sweet jazz, my dudes. And eventually, Dragon City is going to be the producer of the finest fireworks that the HermitCraft server has ever seen. It is going to be amazing. But unfortunately, I've just checked my watch. We have completely run out of time for today, guys. But I did want to let you know about my plans for the next project here in Dragon City. Hope you're excited. If you are, do let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed today's episode, hit the like button. I thank you very much. Renbob will thank you too, man, because we did a lot of work out there in Hermitville this week. Thank you for watching, my dudes. ReNDoG signing out. Yo, we'll smell you all in the next episode.